the Lancashire Hotpots!
Hey!
Good morning.
Hello, welcome to the April 2019 Lancashire Hotpots Potcast.
The year is flying by, isn't it?
It is. We are almost 2/3 of the way through the Highway to Hull tour.
Crumbs. Where are they going? Well, I mean, into the past, but it's a hypothetical question.
It's fun because, in terms of tours, we've had spring dates before, but never a full spring tour that's been badged as a tour.
There's lots and lots going on, isn't there? It's just week after 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 week.
Yeah. And you know what? I think we're playing quite well.
Extremely well. Yeah. I think we've hit the ground running with this tour. We're not our usual average self. We're above average, I think. This is
Slightly above average.
Yeah.
A solid 3 stars. So, any tour highlights so far? Because we've had St Helens, we've had a sold-out Birmingham O2 Academy. Then we had Hull, that was fun. We had lots of laughs in Hull. And we had our first appearance at Lavonu in Derby last night.
Yeah. I can recommend the City Centre Premier Inn breakfast in Derby. It was tremendous.
There are 2 Premier Inns, though. Has somebody found out to their cost?
Lucky dip. Just go and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Very
I
good.
think you do have to be staying at the Premier Inn. You can't just go in and say, give us a sausage and a bacon. Look. You know what I mean? It has to be part of the
You know how it's
thing,
like all you can eat?
Yeah.
If I come back on Tuesday, do you think they'll...
Yeah, I think it's one session, isn't it? One
is it?
session.
Yeah.
So it's not all you can stick in a carrier bag and run out.
They need to stipulate this. They need to stipulate it on the key, I think.
So we've had Alan's big plate. Obviously, next one up is Billy's big carrier bag. Hey, you can use your next bag.
Billy's big bag.
I don't know whether Vince Clarke's got that.
Tour highlights.
Tour highlights. What you've enjoyed so far?
I enjoyed Birmingham just because it's the first time we've sold out. Venue in the Midlands. But I also... The gig was great. I enjoyed it. But I think I enjoyed more was Kenny backing the bus into the O2 Academy. Yeah. Clonk!
Yeah, I was dead proud of myself as well because I'd just manoeuvred through a metal railing
You did very well.
and a bollard, which were quite tight. I thought, I've done well. I'll just keep going a little bit. I'll get as close to the venue as I can. And then I was just in the middle of saying, should have just stopped at here, lad. And then that's when I hit a very large pillar on the building. It just jumped out on me.
Maybe we should highlight the fact that the pillar was holding the whole building up as well. It was that big.
It's actually holding Birmingham up. But the thing is, you got a bit of a warning, because I heard you say I've been driving really well on this tour, and I heard Dickie under his breath say, bollards. And so,
And from what I hear, English Heritage are about to erect a blue plaque saying Kenny scraped the Hotpots bus here in 2019.
It's scarred. It is scarred.
Yeah, it's got a little blue flash now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And we've left a little white mark on the... So, yeah, to be fair, the bollard was a very, very, very dark blue.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the front wall of the front of the O2 Academy was blue as well, so it kind of
And we can't see out the back of the bus.
Yeah.
And the
And the thing
reversing
is,
sensors don't work.
it was only a small bollard, the type of thing you'd see like in Rome, one of those massive buildings.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
So.
I mean, I suppose we had the highlight for you was Birmingham, but the worst moment of the tour was also Birmingham after the gig when we tried to start the bus.
Oh yeah.
The RAC said what time? It would be 3 to 4 hour wait.
3 to 4 hours. We found it at midnight because the bus wouldn't start. 3 to 4 hours due to unprecedented demand in your area.
Well, we left Dickie in the bus, me and Ron, and walked dejectedly to the fried chicken place. So every cloud. I'll tell you what though, when I came back from the chicken place, I thought, those bollards are massive. Wasn't there another one there? But yeah, Birmingham was a great gig. But this room in Derby, the venue,
Very really.
really great room, really great space, and they even had a fruit machine as well. So
Fruity. Any particular highlights springing out to you, Bernard?
No, I don't think so. I'm really just enjoying a bit of Hey Gene. It's massive, isn't it?
It is.
and it doesn't seem to lose its power. You know, and with each and every gig that goes by, you think, I can't wait to get to the end of the set. Not to finish, but to just do that and go piff. Yeah, I like it.
I was just getting emotional at what will be our last ever appearance at the Citadel.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh.
I forgot to take a little piece of memorabilia. We played in that room so many times, not just as the Hotpots, but in all the guises. And it being our hometown venue, we've seen gigs in there. Had some special nights. We've had some special nights, but I wanted to, kind of take with me something.
Well, you might have forgot to take something, but I left something very special in the dressing room. Just in the corner, covered it with a towel.
I think I took that home.
So we've been talking about gigs that we've done. Now it's probably about time to talk about gigs that we're just about to do. And to do that, we need to go over to a man who's got all the gigs
on his face.
That man is Mr. Bob Riggles.
Click on my face, ding dong, click on my face.
Okay, so we next week tremendously excited about playing Chester, the live rooms, 30th of March.
Say that again.
Cash chat.
There are a few tickets left for that. It's going to sell out.
It's probably going to sell out. So if you're teetering on the edge, if you're thinking, should I maybe? If you want to go and see a massive Hotpots sold out show, huge. Get yourself down there.
Get the train as well. It's outside the train station.
Will it be our biggest one on the tour?
Well, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to kind of, a few years ago the room was kind of half empty-ish.
It seemed a big room.
It seemed like a big room. That's a good way to describe it. And now it's going to be jam-packed.
It's going to seem like a small room.
Great. The week after that, Saturday the 6th of April, the Portland Arms in Cambridge.
I returned to Cambridge after 9 years. What the hell are these boys doing?
Is that the last time we were there? 9 years ago.
2010 was the last time we were there.
Wow. Saturday the 13th of April, the Sugarmill in Stoke-on-Trent.
Which is the end of the Highway to Hull.
Never been there before?
Never been. The last time we were in Stoke was 2008.
With Paddy McGinty.
With Paddy McGinty. Whatever happened to him? We'll have to learn to say that in unison. In fact, should we do it now? One, two, give me 1, 2, 3. Whatever happened to him?
Okay, that's the end of the
That's the end of the Highway to Hull tour.
A couple of weeks break then, and the Saturday 11th of May we're starting another tour, the Love Tour. We've still yet to decide the set.
We were talking about that last night, though.
We've got some bits and bobs that didn't go. And that's in Halifax. Halifax Chapel Arts Centre.
Wow.
Only a few tickets left for that one.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Very good.
And it might be worth mentioning if you do have a small child who wants to come to see a Hotpot show.
Yes.
The Love Tour's probably for you because there'll be venues, there'll be seated, all ages.
I was chatting to a chap last night and he ever said, do you do matinee shows? Because I'd love to bring the kids. And I think maybe people outside the Northwest don't realise that the summer tour is specially designed to be an all-ages family experience that's seated. There's an interval so they can go for a tinkle in the middle, get an ice cream, keep them happy. They're not going to be fidgeting, and so if you're outside, and if you're outside the Northwest, and you've always wanted to bring your kids, Blackpool would be ideal. I think day out in Blackpool, come and see the Hotpots of the night. Bang! What a day!
In bed for 11.
Speaking of little children, during that tour, myself may have to run out of one of the gigs as I'm expecting a little person during that particular tour.
Mr. Monkey.
I was looking at you last night. I was thinking.
He's carrying.
Yeah, he's carrying. Yeah, sorry everyone.
Greg's coming to Chester.
That's another thing. We're filming Chester, so if you want to get on, future Hotpots promo material, come down.
Okay, Saturday the 20th. I'm going to ignore the one that says TBC.
Oh yeah, that
Saturday
one. I can't delete that for some reason.
That's still on there.
Don't worry about that. We'll have that sorted soon.
Saturday the 25th of May, the Clitheroe Grand.
There's like less than 10 tickets left for that.
That's going to go. Are we doing festivals? Should we talk about festivals?
Maybe do them in a one, as in do a quick rundown.
Okay, so we've got a couple of festivals coming after that. Bearded Theory on the 26th of May and Oldham Live on the 1st of June. Then we're backing on with the Love Tour Oldham Coliseum on Saturday the 8th of June. The Blackpool Grand on Saturday the 15th of June.
My mum's coming.
She always comes to that one, doesn't she? We always see her there.
It's free.
She's not going to pay. It's not that good.
Saturday the 29th of June, we're back for one show at the Lowry. That will probably sell out.
It'll probably sell out, yeah, so get your tickets as soon as you can.
There's only one show. Another festival by the Sea, on 6th of July. Saturday the 13th of July, we're at the Lancaster Grand, and that's the end of the Love Tour.
That's the end of the Love Tour.
Oh. And then there's 2 more festival dates to complete and round off the summer so far that have been announced.
At the time of recording.
Those festivals are Beat Herder Festival and Hardwick Live Festival. Nice. No other festival appearances to be announced just yet.
And in fact, because this will probably be out after a certain festival announces, let's include it anyway, because we can always edit this bit out.
Woodstock 2.
And of course, they've just announced us. It's Kendall Calling.
Kendall Calling, yes.
Yeah. We're on a little bit later than last year, this year, which would be nice, so I'll give you a bit more chance to have a sleep in your tent. So thanks to everybody for actually...
It was a great show as well, Kendall Calling, wasn't it? We had a great time, yeah. This was after Kendall. No. No, this
No, I meant it's going to be announced on Tuesday, we think.
You've confused Billy there, bless him.
I just think
Go back to sleep.
I just think Billy could have played better.
If he had a TARDIS.
I didn't even know we were playing it.
Yeah. As Dickie was about to say, thanks to everyone who's badgered Kendall and.
Yeah, I think it does help. I think they saw the error of their ways.
Yeah. And I think they promised to put extra crisps on the ride as an apology.
Yeah.
And we've been assured we can drive our vehicle, which we'll have a new vehicle by then, won't we?
Yes, we will.
We're in the market to buy a new bus.
You had me at extra crisps.
So we'll be able to drive the vehicle on the
stage.
Yeah.
Onto the stage.
Onto the stage.
Where's he gonna park? Tell you what, the lights look great for the show.
So it's time for
Podcast questions.
Very good.
I'll get him to say that. Podcast questions. Excuse me, clear the throat. This is very important stuff.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I have had a cold. On the Twitter, our good mate Matt Webster says, if we could play anywhere, where would be your dream gig or venue? We'll start with Bob.
I always like, and we play there regularly, is the Southport Atkinson, because it's round the corner from my house. But the dream, and we'd never be able to do it now because it's not actually there. But if it's a hypothetical question, I'd love to have played Wembley Stadium, the old one,
Wembley.
yeah, with the 2 towers. I've been and watched a couple of sporting events there, but to actually play that place would have been absolutely wonderful.
Kenny?
CBGB's, but again, that's not going to happen now. So, but as a big Blondie fan, and all the kind of bands of that time, kind of coming together in that scene at CBGB's, that would be my one.
Mine would be the Hammersmith Apollo. Just because it's such an iconic venue for the music I listen to. But yeah, I would love to play there, and I think we'd go down a storm. Yeah. I think we'd sell it out, but we just wouldn't be able to advertise any other gigs for the year.
I always liked going to the Royal Court in Liverpool. I thought it was a great room. I'd like to have played that. It's dead now. Had a great downstairs bar. Didn't it? Yeah.
I'd like to go back, obviously, again, hypothetical, to the Bull and Gate in London. And I like to think that when they do the HOTPOTS film and they spend hundreds of thousands recreating it, and who maybe David Tennant could play Steve Lamacq stood in a corner, that would be good. Billow.
I think for me it'd be the Hollywood Bowl. I mean the actual venue in America, not the 10-pin bowling place in the retail part. But yeah, I'd love to do the Hollywood Bowl.
Well, what's that place as well in the Americas that's made out of rocks?
Red Rock.
That's it. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Madison Square Garden would be good.
Oh, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know how we go down there. So.
Madison Square Garden Centres.
Oh, it just writes itself. It really does.
You've got to dream big.
Yeah.
That's for the movie, isn't it?
Blackpool Jane says, and this is a good question to ask this: why does Stupendous never stick around to chat with the Hotpots after gigs?
Well,
He's got a lot on.
Yeah, he's got a lot on. He's got to get his kids back. He's got to let his kids drive him back home because they can't drive on their own. They need a registered adult. I don't think he's actually registered as an adult, but he's got to get off. And also as well, he doesn't really like paying Splatoon, so he gets paid in cash, and then his pushers have to chase him for the rest of the week. But apart from that, and the other thing as well is he doesn't like people.
Yeah. And he's very shy.
Yeah, extremely shy. You know what I mean? And around that, he doesn't like a drink, and he doesn't want to be around alcohol at the end of the evening.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't like that kind of culture.
No.
So,
Our good friend Kevin Fedit says, if you created your own aftershave, what would it be called and what would it smell like? Now, we have thought about this in the past because we thought about registering the trademark of Widnes Nights for the Hotpots after fragrance, and it'd maybe smell like the ICI chemical works.
Maybe Wigan Dawn. Oh God! Bring me a taxi.
There you go. Right, that's it.
I have one.
Oh, go on, Kenny.
It's not very good, but I could have a scent of a body.
Oh. And what would that smell like?
Sweat.
I was on a similar vein. Mine was going to be called 226, and it's the smell of the Premier Inn in the morning.
The thing is, yours, Kenny, could actually be called body odour.
Oh dear.
That's the accompanying deodorant.
Hey, I tell you what. Well, in fact, this sort of question is from Stephen Clark. He's leading on afterwards. He says, "We ever thought about sponsorship? Now, if we were to be sponsored by any company in the world, who would we like as a well, Premier Inn would be nice. That means we get free digs. Yeah, I'm thinking practically there.
And obviously, you get free digs, but also free breakfasts.
Yeah.
Even better.
This is the best. Yeah, I'd go with that, I think.
I mean, mine's a bit obvious, isn't it? It's just going to be Brewdog, innit? Yeah.
I think Red Mill crisps for me. They do all the corn snacks.
Oh yeah.
Because hotels neither here nor there. We're going to stay in one anyway, aren't we? But imagine having as many crisps as you wanted. You know what I mean? That's all of my family's Christmas presents done. There you go, Mum. Happy anniversary. 2 packets of Tangy Toms. Really, really sorry for your loss about your nan, mate. Here's a packet of quarterback.
Just eating the one as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if the Royal Mint are into sponsoring people, feel free to throw a couple of... Don't throw coins at us. If you could post...
surely there's some kind of flat cap place we could be sponsored by, and we just get free flat caps for the rest of our lives. That would be quite nice.
Would be quite handy because I keep losing mine.
Yeah. And we have different ones for on stage, off stage, and socialising. So I think that one.
Kangol Venter is mine. Hat of
Go-to
choice.
hat, yeah.
Good for on stage.
Great
Lets a bit of the hot air out.
Maybe a bit of a different one where we just get free clothes as the George.
Yeah.
That's what they call my granddad.
That's probably doable.
Nationwide mortgage company.
Yeah.
That could be a good one. I'd like that idea, yeah.
What about Northern Rock?
She's dead now.
3 questions along a very similar theme. Sharon Cunliffe says, what did Bernard have on his feet in St Helens? David Purvis says, has Bernard got some new slippers? And LFC and says, what was Uncle Bernard wearing on his feet at the Citadel? So I'd like you to take a small moment of your time, Bernard, to describe what your current stage footwear is.
Well, it's a very comfortable glossia. If you remember doing PE in 1990, a soft rubberized bottom with a lycra upper. I think it's described on Amazon, which is where I got them. I think I just typed in rainbow slippers, and they came from China. I think they were 8 pence, And I think their official function is a hot yoga slipper. Very comfortable, mould to the feet, and they look bloody great.
Like a foot sheath.
Indeed. Yeah, get on the Amazons, type in rainbow slippers, and they'll appear. They do take a while to get here.
Yeah.
You only bought one pair.
The guy wears them and walks through.
For 8p, they've got to probably bundle it together, but nonetheless, I'll probably get another pair for the house.
Chris Miller says, what's your favourite rhyming couplet in your lyrics? So, just in terms of favourite HOTPOT lyrics, Bob's looking quite keen to answer this one.
My absolute favourite, of all time, was on Fistful of Scratch Cards. I can't. The title is it I'm Every Blow?
Every Blow.
I'm Every Blow.
He knows it so well.
Yes. But the lyrics are, I like trips to tips. No. I like bricks and chips and trips to tips. I really, really, really like throwing things in skips. If there's a dog in a pub, I'll give it a stroke. Just like Every Blow. Yeah. Fantastic. Well done, Dickie Ticker.
Thanks.
I quite like in the beer festival, my head is spinning like a Wii controller. I'm going to have another go on the tombola.
Oh yeah, that's rappy, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Yeah, that is good.
Rolled off the tongue.
Ron?
Well, mine's a live favourite, and we always laugh at this one. And it's Chippy Tea, but it's the Ready Steady Cook. Am I eating it? But the audience fill that in every gig, and it's been getting quite violently shouted at us recently.
And as much as I want to end that line with what I'm supposed to sing, I can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
And I do say this quite often, but like, you're not Rolling Stones and that, and they go, oh God, got the satisfaction. I'm still not at that place with Chippy Tea yet. I still think I want to play that. And for part of that reason, hearing a lot of people swear at you.
And a little drop out bit where we let them sing the first chorus as well.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's always good. Yeah.
Gives our voice a rest. I'm just thinking back now, the thing that always makes me laugh, and primarily because we recorded it at the time, and it was so funny that Bernard himself couldn't stop laughing. I met a girl on MySpace, which was we walked home from pub together. I even bought her chips. And there is a video for about 90 seconds of you just being unable to actually complete the lyric without laughing.
It's like, is it Waiting for the Man? What was the rhyme about Terry Waite?
I know now how that Terry Waite felt.
Oh yeah, Maxi Elvis. Yeah. Nice.
Might even snip that in there, Billow.
I don't know, there are so many for me. And the thing is, because I've only rarely ever bothered to learn the choruses, every gig I come across a new gem. I'm like, oh, is that what he's saying? Sometimes when you're on stage, you'll be doing something like the baking song, and the reality of what you're singing just hits you. Yeah. You know.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
What I like is Billy's commitment to the song, as in, I've probably only been in the band for a couple of gigs, and Billy took me to one side and said, what does Bernard actually sing in Lancashire DJ?
It doesn't matter, it's a banger.
It doesn't matter.
No, Bernard told me to ask.
Asking for a friend.
I'm asking for a friend.
Mike Otto says, what musician inspired you as a band? Or is everything you write from the heart? So, what about growing up? Sorry, someone's let one go. That's absolutely disgraceful. Who's that?
Not guilty.
Not me.
Not me. I think it was about 10 minutes ago. But
It might have only just reached floor level. So, growing up, Bob, there's you as a tender, young-faced boy, ruddy cheeks, short trousers, and a little dance set record player or Walkman in your room.
Yeah.
Who are you listening to?
The first musician I wanted to be, because he was so very, very cool, was Roger Taylor from Queen, the drummer from Queen. I originally started playing the drums, and that's what got me into being a musician, was him. And it wasn't just his drumming. It was In fact, he wore sunglasses and he had blonde streaks in his hair, and he was tremendously good looking. I just wanted to be Roger.
And he kissed lots of models on the lips.
On the lips, yeah. He was well liked by the ladies.
Lucky chap. Kenny?
Oh, I think everybody already knows mine. It's Clem Burke from Blondie. He just growing up when I was little and listening to stuff like that, it was just amazing. He was like, well, he still is. He's like a mix between Ringo Starr and Keith Moon. He kind of dresses like Ringo Starr, and he kind of plays a little bit over the top, but in a good way, like Keith Moon. And yeah, just always wanted to play the drums after listening to Blondie as a kid because of Clem Burke.
Mine would be the boss, Bruce Springsteen, just because I think his records are just keep on getting better and better. And also as well, when I was starting to play in bands, I went to go and see him, and I couldn't believe how hard he made everything look. And I thought, if that's what it takes to be a musician, I need to up my game. So yeah, very, very good indeed.
I was but a 15-year-old boy before I really got the music bug. And the old man and my mum took me for my birthday to watch AC/DC at the 9X.
I was there.
And I saw Angus come out, and I thought, he's tremendous, isn't he? I'm never going to be that good. His brother's all right at the back, hiding in the shadows. So Malcolm Young is the man I always wanted to be, especially guitar-wise. Just stand and just smash it as hard as you can. Oh, it's very good.
Yeah.
For me as well, Roger Taylor from Queen was a big inspiration. I started off as a drummer, but I think Freddie Mercury as a songwriter and piano player, I think he's really underrated as a piano player. I think his piano playing's really rhythmic, and and that's what I've tried to get into the HOTPOT songs. Whenever I play emo, I'm channeling the spirit of Freddie Mercury.
He's not done much for a while, though, has he?
No,
he's got a double album coming out soon called Resurrection.
I don't know. Well, the thing is, I don't want to be boring and like the rest of you and say the cross between sort of Brian and Freddie. We always had a lot of Elvis in the house growing up, and maybe I like to think that some of Dickie's stage persona is a mixture of Fred and Elvis. Two of the greats, Frelvis, or
Two very different.
Or Elvrod.
Frelvis is a good name for a dog.
And that's the end of
I think Elvis has been using the toilet in our premiere.
He's still in.
That's the end of the podcast questions for this week. Thank you very much for sending all your questions in. Sorry if we didn't get time and chance to answer all of them, but you can submit another question next month, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to get off to get them in then.
Yeah, and I'll say your surname with an O on the end.
If you've been affected by any of the issues raised in this podcast, all the information is available on a fact sheet.
Well, we've done our bit now. We need to get back to our nearest and dearest.
Back to life, back to reality.
Maybe not our dearest, but just the nearest.
Thank you very much indeed for listening. We hope to see you at a show coming up over the summer, or at a festival. Come and say hello.
And if you are coming to a show, get your tickets now.
Quite a lot of them are going to be selling out.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favour, and if you want to do us a good turn, find one of our videos, post it on your social media wall, tell a friend. That's the only way that maybe in these times of troubles, when everybody needs a little bit of cheering up, maybe the world needs just a little bit more HOTPOT. So we'll leave that up to you. Spread the HOTPOT word, put a little bit of love and happiness in their lives, and make the world a better, hot-pottier place.
Of course, if you want us to eat something that's hot, we've not done a chili challenge for a while, send us something hot. If you want us to drink something strong, we'll do that as well. And of course we'll give some social meats.
Also as well, I was thinking, if people do want to show their appreciation for HOTPOT, if they buy maybe a mug at the gig and use that to form some form of whip round, that can be presented to us at the end of a gig. You put in, probably £1 minimum, but you put in wherever you want, okay? We're on for 2 hours, so just keep it going.
The lines are open now. Please do call.
And any donations, Billy McCartney Productions Limited.
Oh, right, I think I can hear the music.
a Lancashire Hotpots podcast.